The laughter hit me harder than the fall. One moment I was lowering myself into the chair he so graciously pulled out. The next I was on the floor, knees biting against stone, palms raw from the impact. Gasps, then laughter, a ripple of amusement at my expense. I looked up. My niece's fiancé stood over me, smiling. His voice loud enough for everyone to hear. "Your place is on the floor." The guests laughed harder. Wine glasses clinked. Whispered jokes passed from mouth to mouth like a plague. My niece's face burned red, eyes wet. But she said nothing. She held her bouquet tighter, trapped between loyalty and shame. I rose slowly, brushing dust from my sleeves. I said nothing either. That was when his father leaned in close, voice cutting through the noise. "Careful," he said softly, almost kind. "Some things you're not supposed to know." His eyes held mine, cold, warning. And in that moment, I knew this humiliation wasn't an accident. It was a message. I smiled, the kind of smile that closes doors. I returned to my seat, silent. But inside, a storm rumbled. The cruelty was deliberate, public, calculated. It wasn't just a joke, it was an unveiling. But unveiling of what? I watched him, the fiancé. Every gesture rehearsed, every laugh too polished. He touched my niece's arm possessively, whispered into her ear, and she nodded like a shadow. Her eyes, though, betrayed her. There was no joy there, only fear carefully painted over. I remembered the texts she had sent weeks earlier, vague, nervous. "He's different when no one's around." I had asked her to explain, but she never did. She changed the subject, laughed it off. And now, this performance. This cruelty served with charm. Something inside me turned cold. I wasn't just embarrassed. I was recruited into silence. The father's words repeated like an echo. Some things you're not supposed to know. What did he think I'd discover? I didn't confront. I observed, quietly, patiently. The reception stretched late. He drank little, yet his eyes remained sharp, always watching, always calculating. I slipped outside when no one noticed, into the night air, into the space where secrets breathe. Their car stood near the edge of the lot. I checked the back seat, receipts, hotel stubs, a lipstick that wasn't my niece's shade. My heart slowed. Not faster, slower. Cold blood moving through cold veins. I returned inside, blending into the crowd. My niece's smile cracked like porcelain under weight. His hand on her back pressed too firmly, too possessive. Later I went to her, whispered, "Are you happy?" Her answer was a smile that never reached her eyes. That was enough. The next days I worked quietly. His name searched. His accounts traced. His messages intercepted. It was easier than I expected. Men like him always believe themselves untouchable. And the truth unfolded neatly. Another woman. A second engagement. Money funneled through false accounts. My niece nothing more than an accessory in a larger game. It wasn't love, it was leverage. And his father knew. The file arrived one morning. Photos, transactions, conversations recorded. Every line of evidence was a nail. Together, they built the coffin of his lies. I read each word without flinching. Each image only sharpened my resolve. That evening I asked to see my niece, alone. I placed the file before her. Her hands trembled as she turned the pages. The color drained from her face. "It can't be," she whispered. "It is," I said. She cried then, but not for him, for herself, for the time wasted, for the blindness love had forced upon her. I said nothing more. Truth speaks loudest in silence. The wedding rehearsal dinner, long tables, glasses filled, laughter rehearsed. I waited until the moment was perfect, when all eyes were on him, when his charm dripped like honey. I stood, calm, measured, a shadow cutting through the light. I placed the folder in front of him. "You left this behind," I said. He opened it, smirk at first, Then silence. His face drained, hands frozen. The room hushed. My niece stood, her voice steady, stronger than I expected. "It's over." He tried to protest, but every page in that folder was a blade. He bled in silence as she walked away. And his father? His father looked at me with something between rage and fear, because he realized I knew that his protection had failed. I walked out into the night, leaving the noise behind. No applause, no vindication, just quiet. The humiliation he had tried to brand into me had been carved into him instead, in front of everyone that mattered. I felt no triumph, no joy, only clarity. My niece was free. His mask was broken. And I was finished with him. Revenge wasn't fire, it wasn't fury, it was silence. It was leaving someone alone with the truth they could never escape. He wanted me on the floor, yet in the end, it was him who could never stand again.
Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share, and comment. Subscribe now to Cheating Stories Insight World for more amazing stories.